Hello, my people. Thank you so much for joining me once again. Peace Nubwani right here. And today I have a lot of things. Okay, not a lot, just 5 things that I want to look at today. That before I dive into the video for today, make sure, please, just subscribe to this channel so you do not miss out on any developments that I will be posting on this platform. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button so you get the notifications whenever I post a video. We are in lockdown in Uganda once again, and God has been gracious. We are about to finish it, and I just want to sort of talk to you about the lockdown, but we do not know what is going to happen. Either the president might push some more 14 days, or he might ask us to go for another 21 days or for another whole month, so we don't know. But the reason I'm here today is to sort of give you what to do, like 5 things to do when you are in a crisis, especially in the COVID-19 lockdown, because oh man, we need these things. So I have 5 things that we need to do in a crisis, whether you are born again, whether you are not born again, a Muslim, or whatever religion you are. This is just a general thing, you know, for you to be okay even when the crises come. So the number one thing that you want to do in a crisis, whenever it comes up, you need to, okay, before I go into that, I want you to know that these things, you can as well apply them in your good times, whether you are happy, whether you are on top of the mountain when everything is fine, or you are in the valley when everything is bad. These things, you can do them. So the first thing that you want to do in a crisis, or even if you are not in a crisis, is the number one thing is prayer. And what do I mean? What do I mean by prayer? Prayer is human beings trying to communicate to God. Prayer is basically talking to God. Yeah, we are in like human form. We have flesh. I mean, we are not spirits. So what we can do to talk to God is we do talk to God through prayers, and this is the number one thing that you want to do when you are in a crisis. And not only, even when you are happy, you can do it. Prayer, first of all, helps us defeat our enemies. Yeah, and that is biblically proven. So you need to pray whenever you are in a crisis. A lot of times we get so mixed up with a lot of things. We can have a lot of noise in our heads, but if you get a me time in your corner alone, because God says when you pray in your closet. Like, do not fast and show people that, oh my God, I'm fasting, and like the lips dry up and everything. Like, you cannot afford to show people that, okay, I'm fasting or I'm praying, or like all that. So just pray, because while you do that, you are defeating your enemies, ones you know and others that you don't know. Prayer is the greatest weapon that a person can ever have. Why? Because it also builds your confidence. So I want to relate it to a setting, a home setting. Let's say you have a need and you want to bring it to your father. When you do come to your father, us, we are Africans, so we kneel to show respect. So we kneel down and make our requests known to our parents. So I kneel down and I'm like, okay, Dad, I have this need and this and this. And when we do that, we are first of all put at peace. Yeah, prayer brings peace in your heart. Why? Because you know that you have made your requests known unto God, and that will bring peace and confidence. The confidence comes in like this: you have told your need to God, you have the peace already in heart. You're like, oh, all right, I've told them what I want. So the confidence will also come in, because you know, I've told my daddy I want this, I've told my mom I need this, I've told my maybe big sisters or my guardian I need this, and you know these people have never let you down. You know these people are going to work in your favor. So that's when the confidence comes in. So when you pray, you need to relax, sit back and wait, because the answers of God are three. Yeah, God can be like, can give you a yes. Yes, God can give you a yes, and you get whatever you have asked for. And some of the reasons that God will give you a yes is if you really need this thing and it is not going to endanger you in any way. God, another answer that God will give you sometimes, not all the times, the answer is no. Yes. God sometimes will say no, and the reason why he will say no is because he wants to protect you, and maybe you do not probably need this particular thing that you are asking for now, and you do not have capacity for it yet. So him giving it to you will destroy you. So he will not give it to you because he is protecting you when you don't know. So when God says no, just take it at heart, yeah, and don't take it personal. All right, so okay, I want to give you an example on that. There's some people you can pray for, maybe a car, and you do not know how to drive. You do not have the money to maintain the car. You do not have money for fuel, and like it is going to be another burden onto you. So if you pray and God for now says no, because maybe you don't have a job or what, and God says no, it's for your own good, it's for your own peace. So we need to let God take the wheel. We pray, but we let everything into the hands of the Lord, because he knows what is best for us. The last answer that God gives is wait. Yes, God will say wait. Reason number one, you are not ready to receive these that you're asking for right about now. So I want you to wait so that you gain the capacity that is required for this particular thing that you are asking for. A lot of ladies cry. A lot of ladies cry to get men, to be married. I feel like I'm aging. I feel like I've stayed home for long. I am still at my parents' house. But no, God has the right timing. You need to wait on him, because when his timing arrives, nothing and absolutely nothing can hinder it to happen. Because you know, when we are on our knees, a lot of things happen. A lot of things happen when we go onto our knees to pray to God. Yeah, there are some things that we cannot see in the spiritual world, that when we go to our knees, God reveals them to us. So we need to learn it as a culture. When you wake up in the morning, say a prayer while you're still in bed. There's nothing wrong with that. God does not require you to wash your face and look good for him. No, you can just wake up and say your prayer in the morning, and God will listen, because he is present wherever you are. Nobody should ever lie to you that God, you have to call him, like you have to call him to come. No, he is always there, wherever, whenever. So when you speak to him, he is always listening. Always listening. So make your requests known unto God. Yeah, that was prayer briefly. I hope that was brief. Yeah, that was prayer from me. Prayer works. Yeah, it works and it works and it works. You need to practice it often, every morning. See, you will not die. All right, so we are going straight to our number 2, and number 2 for today is inner crisis. The second thing that you want to have But not only in a crisis, even in our daily life, like doing different things in our lives, we need to have wisdom. We need to have wisdom. And now I know there's knowledge. Knowledge is different from wisdom. Knowledge is just a matter of knowing stuff. Yeah, like theory. Yeah, you know theory, but now knowledge does not help you in any way. Wisdom is the application of the knowledge that you know. You've read, let's say, about how to do different things, but if you do not apply these things, they remain as knowledge. Until you apply them, that's when they can become wisdom. So wisdom is a principal thing in each and everything that we do in our daily lives. Whether we are happy, whether we are sad, whether we are mourning, whether we are whatever thing, whether we are in schools, at our workplaces, we need wisdom, because it is the principal thing. It is one thing that a person can rely on. Wisdom, what I like what it says, because wisdom, first of all, produces strength. Wisdom produces strength. Like when you know what to do, exactly what to do about something, you will have the strength, as opposed to when you are confused, when you do not know what to do. So when you have wisdom, you will know what to do, and you will be stable in all your ways. You will not be swayed by different kinds of winds. Okay, this one is swaying to the right, you go to the right. This one sways to the left, you go to the left. This sways like wherever. You will be stable in all your ways if you have wisdom. So in whatever thing that you do, try and make a little research about it, so you are not caught on the wrong side of the coin, because you do not want to do that. You want to be stable in all your ways. People want to work with stable people. Wisdom again produces strength. I have strength to carry on today. Oh yes. Ladies, sometimes you do not want to wake up. You feel like, okay, oh, today the day is bad and all that. But when you have wisdom and you have sort of planned out your day at night, and you know, okay, in the morning I'm going to wake up and do this and that. Have like a list of things that you have prepared to do in a day. And when you do that, you will have the strength, knowing that, oh yes, it's in the morning and I'm waking up to do this and that, as opposed to waking up when you're like, oh, where do I start? So just make sure you have your details right, and that is wisdom. Wisdom is also, let's say maybe you are trying to build a flat, or you're trying to build anything, however small or big it might be. You need to know the cost. That's wisdom. That's being wise. You need to know the cost of the whole thing, because you cannot just start building something you don't know the cost, and you don't know what it takes, you don't know the materials, you don't know nothing. That's not wise. A wise person will sit down, calculate, find out what is needed, and see if the resources that you have will be able to take you through to the accomplishment of the project. So in whatever thing that we do, we need to make sure that we know what we need in a situation. If a situation strikes, you as a person, you need to sit down and you're like, okay, what do I need in this situation? How do I go around it? Yeah. So when you do that, you will be strong. You will have the strength to carry on. Even if you calculate and you see that you do not have enough resources to help you go through this, you will find another way around it. Yeah, because we always have different ways and better ways to do things, but when we rush over things, we will miss out on the important things that we are supposed to be looking at initially. So wisdom produces. Still on the wisdom. So wisdom is a very huge thing, and with wisdom, there's a lot of things that you can acquire. You can acquire honor and respect from different people. I like what Pastor Sam said. When a person has wisdom, you want to sit down and listen to them. There are some people that have spoken that you thought were wise, but upon opening their lips, they are just, you wish they just kept quiet. Yeah, have you been in that situation before? I'm sure you have, or if you have not, you will be in that situation very soon. So like, wisdom brings about honor and respect. What do you open your mouth to say to people? Because the tongue is very strong. It can create, it can destroy, it can kill. The tongue can do anything. So before you get out there to speak to any person, just think twice about what you want to say to a person. Is it in any way going to be impactful in a positive way, or is it just going to destroy? So be careful with what you say when you are in public corridors, or with your sisters at home, parents with your children at home, ladies with your husbands at home, or if you're dating. Just be careful not to just alter out anything anyhow, because you will hurt a person, and sometimes the hurt might be hard to reverse. Yeah, so in order to retain your respect as a person, wherever you go, whenever you speak, make sure to say words of wisdom. And you know what? Another thing that wisdom does, it makes us live longer. Yeah, God said, obey your parents so that your days will be long on the earth. And the reason he said this is, first of all, us, the offsprings, we are the young people, and our parents came into the world before us, so they have seen it all, they know it all. So when our parents tell us, okay, you have got to do this way, you have got to do this at this time, you do not have to go here, or you wait to do this thing until a certain period of time or a certain age, you need to listen, because these parents have been here on earth before us. You are looking at me, and your parent was here before you, way longer before you came. Could be 20 years, could be 40 years before you came into existence. So you need to listen to your parents, because they are your wisdom. Yeah, they are your wisdom, so you need to listen to them. Their advice might hurt you sometimes, but in the long run you will understand that, okay, this person was really helping me. So we need to at all times obey our parents, because if you want to live long anyway and I'm sure no one wants to die early. Yeah, why should you die before your time? Just obey your parents. It is just as simple as that. So let's obey our parents, because wisdom is key and we need it. We need it. And not only your parents, you need to obey all people that are older. Yeah, anybody that is above you, just listen to them. It's not gonna kill you. Yeah. All right, so the number third, one of the things that we need in a crisis, but not only in a crisis, even when we are happy or at our best times, we need this, and this is having faith. Having faith is something very, very important, because faith is the substance of things hoped for. Yeah, faith is the only thing that we have, and we know in our hearts, okay, I have faith in God that this thing is going to come to pass. And when you now that we have prayed and we have gotten wisdom about a particular thing, we need to believe in our hearts that God has already performed what we have asked for. putting aside all the answers that God is going to give us, we need to know in our hearts that we have faith. We believe God is going to do it, because God has the power to heal, the power to save, the power to do all these things. So when you believe in the Lord and you believe that He has already done it for you, He will perform it more exceedingly and abundantly beyond what you even expect. So we need, when we pray, and now we have wisdom, so we need to apply faith in our lives. And faith, I repeat, faith is not just sitting back and be like, God has done it already. Let me tell you one thing. Something that is already done is salvation. Yeah, salvation is done and all that. Like, nobody can tamper with that. Once you believe in Jesus Christ, like, nobody can pluck you out of His hand. You are already His. When it comes to faith, you need to apply faith that is dead. You need to pray, have the faith, but also apply action. You cannot just pray and not act. Yeah, I see a lot of people do that. It is not wise. So, like, let's say you are looking for a job. You are looking for a job and you have prayed all your life to get a job and you are not getting a job. But what are you doing? You are staying home. You are not doing anything about it. God says when you pray, like, you need to now act. Yeah, because if you're hungry at your house, you're not going to pray and God is going to maybe, I don't know, some sort of do what happened during Moses' time, that He's going to rain food on the ground. It could happen because God is a God that does miracles, but you need to get out of your comfort zone. Apply faith while you do the work wherever you are, however small it might be. Apply faith into that you are doing, and God is going to come through for you. Faith does not work with a person that just sits down there and oh, God is having it under control. God is going to do this. You need to have faith, but also mix it with the actions, like going out there to look for the job. Yeah. You moving from your house to go to look for a job is faith in itself, mixed with action. Yeah. There's no such a thing that I'm going to tell God, okay, I did this. I did a bachelor's in journalism and mass communication or procurement, or I did a master's in engineering and I need a job. You need to get out there, write your CVs, send them to different emails, go to different offices and look for the job. That is you applying faith and mixing it with action. Yeah, so don't just sit back and be like, oh, thank God I prayed, I'm going to get a job. No. Mix the faith with actions, and that's how you're going to come through. You're not just going to sit behind and wait. Yeah, it's not going to work. It is not going to work. Okay? In this world, we were promised tribulation. Yeah? God never said if you are in this world, you're not going to suffer at all. He did not promise that. He said in this world there will be tribulation, but we have a greatest hope, and we have faith in God that in this tribulation God comforts us, and through these tribulations we learn to hear God's voice. And then when we hear God's voice saying all these nice things to us, okay, I am with you, I'm not leaving you, you are my child, I love you, I am with you, I will guide you, I will lead you, I am your refuge, I am your friend. when we listen to all these voices, even if we are in tribulation in this world, we will rejoice in the heart, knowing that there is a person at the end of the day that I can run to, whose arms are wide open to receive me all the time. So we need to have faith, but also applied with actions. That's when it will work. Yeah, let's not just be people that sit back and like, I prayed, God is going to work, and then you wait. It might never happen. God asked us to go out there and work, and when you don't work, you will not eat. All right, so faith, apply, mix actions with the faith. Yeah, that's when it. All right, so number 4. Yes, number 4. Another thing that you need to do in a crisis, or you need to have, is hope. Yeah, you need to have faith. Okay, let me just redo it for you. You have prayed, you have the wisdom, you have applied faith, and you have mixed the actions into the faith, and now the hope comes in. Yeah, you have a hope that, okay, what I have asked for, God is going to be able to do it. Yeah, and our greatest hope in this world is that we have a God who is not a respecter of persons, and a God who is God. Like, God is not a person that he's going to lie. Yeah, he's not going to lie to you at all. What he says he will do, he will do. He will fulfill all the promises that he has promised to you. Yeah, so when we pray, when we apply wisdom and faith, let's always have the hope, because hope is what keeps us alive. When we have hope, we have something to live for. When we are hopeless, we feel like committing suicide. When we have no hope, oh my God, having no hope is equal to like death. Because if a person is not like hopeful at all, there's absolutely nothing to live for. If you hope for nothing, what do you do? Yeah, think with me. When you have no hope, let's say you have today to live, and like, you don't know what is going to happen tomorrow, you don't know if you're going to leave, you don't know if you're going to eat, you don't know if you will be able to move. What are you going to do? So we need to have our living hope. We need to know that we have a future. We need to know that God will deliver us. We need to know that God has a plan for us, and we need to be sure of it, because indeed God has a future for us. He knows our future, and the best thing is when God created our future, because he knows it all. He put every factor of your life, including your foolishness, your stupidity in there. Like, each and everything God has put in your future. Whatever silly thing that you will do in the future, God has already put it in there. He knows it. So we need to know that God holds our future. He knows exactly what we need before we even go to ask him. So we need to have to like keep hoping and hoping, because that's another way we can stay alive. Yeah, being hopeful brings life, keeps us going. It quickens us in our daily life, day-to-day life, associating with others. Even hope, like with hope, you can acquire favor, because when you know you have hope, wherever you have the hope, you will always go with a open heart. But without it, you will always sail. Okay, you will not sail, but you will drown. Yeah, but when you have the hope, you will always sail. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. With hope, you don't drown, you sail. Right? So the last one that we need to have in the times of crisis, not only the times of crisis, but even when we are not okay, even when we are happy at the mountains, that's when we are most happy. Like at the peak, you're like, yeah, I have it. We need to the fifth thing, we need to have patience. Yeah, we need to have patience. Patience is waiting. I was testing how patient you can be. Alright, so patience is another thing that we need in times of crisis, or in times when we feel happy. Sometimes we feel very low. Sometimes we feel like we don't even want to talk to anybody. Sometimes we feel like just staying in bed and doing nothing. But sometimes we cannot do nothing about it because we have to get out and work, But let me just go again for you. Now that we have prayed, we have talked to God, we have communicated, we have applied wisdom in whatever thing that we are trying to tell God. We have also put faith and mixed with our actions, and now we have hope. Oh my God, I feel excited already. And now we have hope that God is going to perform these things for us. What next? God can ask you to wait. So the last thing is to have patience and not rush. Why we want to be patient is God knows the perfect timing when we need something. Some things may delay for your own good. If you believe in the Lord, things work all together for good for those that love the Lord. So whether it takes 1 year, 2 days, 5 months, 2 years, wait. God knows what is best for you. And waiting quietly is something that you want to practice over and over again. Most of the ladies, maybe you have a husband that has promised you, okay, I'm gonna do for you this. You wait. Yeah, and I'm not saying you don't remind them. You can remind them because God cannot forget. Of course, God does not forget. Oh yeah, so you can remind a person, okay, you say you're going to do for me this. When are you going to do it? And keep them reminded of this. Now these are the humans. But God knows that, okay, peace asked for this. And whatever she does, wherever she goes, I'm going to give her this thing after 2 years, my friend. You need to sit down and wait. Wait upon God. His timing is always perfect. And reason that he might delay or hurry to give us what we need is we have the capacity for it now, so he will give it. We have no capacity for it now, he will wait to give it. You have no capacity at all, he will not give it. So just wait anyway, because you have to wait. Yeah, so those are the 5 things that we need in times of crisis. God, it all rotates around God. God is the overall thing that we need in the times of crisis, when we are happy, at our jolliest moment, at our saddest. God is all we need. Alright, so if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, a big thumbs up, guys. Come on, yeah, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe down below. If you have any other thing that you want to comment on, like other things that you think a person needs in a crisis, just give it to us in our comment sections down below, and let us know what you think, or let us know what you want us to talk about in our next video. But for now, I want you guys to subscribe and hit the bell button so you don't miss out on any things that will be developing. Once again, subscribe, come on. Alright, subscribe guys. Alright, now that you have subscribed, you will get videos as they happen. Yeah, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for the support, and I want to wish you a lovely day. I am out for now. Wait for me in my next video. I'm going to read your comments and see what you want me to talk about in the next video, and that is exactly what I will do. That I want to wish you a lovely day, and may the Lord bless you all of you. Yes, all of you. Bye bye.